You sit down to do the one thing that matters. You open the page, you put your hands on the keys. You tell yourself, just this, just for a little while. And then, without ever deciding to, you are somewhere else. A tab you don't remember opening. A phone that is suddenly, mysteriously already in your hand. A thought about something you need to buy. A thing someone said to you 3 days ago. A small worry about tomorrow. You blink and 20 minutes are gone. And the one thing that mattered is still sitting there, untouched, quietly watching you. So you reach for the word you always reach for. Lazy, broken, undisciplined. You decide one more time that something inside you is simply wrong. But step back for a moment. Step back further than this desk, further than the open tabs and the glowing screens, past the whole restless modern day, all the way back to the world your attention was actually built for. Your focus did not evolve to sit pointed at a screen for hours. It was shaped for something else entirely, in a place where holding perfectly still on a single task was one of the most dangerous things you could do. So here is something almost nobody tells you. Your ancestors could not focus the way you are demanding of yourself either, and that is the exact reason you exist. For nearly the whole human story, a mind that locked onto one thing and shut out everything else was not a gift. It was a way to die young. And buried in your brain right now is an ancient reflex, older than language, that never once asked your permission. It fires before you decide anything at all. It is the reason your head turns toward the sudden sound, the flicker of movement, the thing at the very edge of your eye. By the end of this, you will know its name, why it is there, and how a handful of the smartest companies on Earth learn to pull its trigger all day long. Let's go back. Picture yourself on an open grassland 100,000 years ago, crouched at the edge of a thicket, digging for roots. It is warm. The work is dull. Your hands already know what to do, and this is the exact moment you are in the most danger. Because a body bent over one task, eyes down, mind narrowed to the patch of dirt in front of it, is a body that does not see the shape moving low through the grass. It does not hear the birds go suddenly silent. It does not notice the light begin to change. Now picture the one crouched beside you, whose mind will not settle. Every few seconds their eyes come up. They catch the grass moving the wrong way. They notice the silence before you do. They are already standing, already stepping back, while the focused one is still happily digging. Ask yourself which of those two is your ancestor. It is not the one who could focus. It is the one who couldn't. The one whose attention kept lifting off the task and sweeping the horizon again and again and again is the one who lived long enough to have children. You are the great-grandchild, 10,000 times over, of the distractible. This is the first thing to understand about the mind you keep fighting. Your attention was never built to be a spotlight, a single bright beam you aim and hold. It was built to be a stanner. Its whole genius is that it will not stay put. It rests lightly on whatever you are doing, and it is designed in every single moment to be interrupted, because for almost all of human history, the interruption was the important part. The rustle was information. The flicker was information. The thing you did not expect was the thing most likely to decide whether you lived or died. There is a reflex underneath this, and scientists mapped it out more than half a century ago. They call it the orienting response. It is the involuntary turn of the head, the sudden sharpening of the senses, the small quiet freeze that happens the instant something new appears. You do not choose it. A door clicks in another room, and your attention is already there before you know you heard it. A shape moves in the corner of your vision, and your eyes are pulled toward it before a single thought arrives. This is not a weakness bolted onto your focus. It is a deeper, faster, older system running underneath it, and it has only one commandment: never let the task in front of you blind you to the new thing at the edge. And there is a second ancient pressure, just as strong, pulling in the same direction. Imagine you find a bush heavy with berries. You eat, it is good. But every berry you pick makes the next one a little harder to find, the bush a little emptier. And somewhere out past the trees, always, is another bush you cannot see. So your mind begins to itch. A restlessness rises in you. Is it still worth staying here? Or is it time to move on? Every creature that forages for a living carries this exact question, and the ones who answered it well are the ones who kept eating. Stay too long on the emptying bush, and you starve slowly. Leave too soon, and you waste what you had. The tension never truly resolves. It just hums quietly, forever, in the back of the mind. That same hum is still in you. It is the pull you feel away from the thing in front of you and toward the thing you cannot quite see yet. It is why the task you are on, the moment it turns a little dull, a little depleted, begins to feel like an empty bush. And here is what that restlessness bought your ancestors. It was not only escape from danger, it was discovery. The mind that wandered was the mind that found the new water, the better stone, the richer valley over the ridge. Every good thing your species ever stumbled onto was found by someone whose attention refused to stay home. Your wandering mind is not a malfunction. It is an explorer. It is doing the oldest arithmetic it knows, asking over and over whether there is something better just past the edge of what you are looking at. So here is the twist, the thing that should quietly rearrange how you see every distracted afternoon of your life. Distraction is not the breakdown of your attention. Distraction is your attention working exactly as it was designed to work. The wandering, the scanning, the itch to check, the pull toward the new. All of it is a single, ancient, beautifully tuned survival system, doing precisely the job it was shaped across millions of years to do. What we call focus, that long, unbroken, blinkers-on concentration on one dull thing, is the strange part. That is the unnatural act. You are not failing to be normal. You are being asked, for hours at a time, to override one of the oldest instincts you own. And now, sit with what the modern world has quietly done with that instinct. Because a system this powerful, this automatic, this impossible to switch off, is not just a private quirk of yours, it is a door. And on the other side of that door sit some of the most brilliant, best-funded people alive, whose entire job, all day, is to work out which rustle in the grass you cannot ignore. The buzz in your pocket is a rustle in the grass. The small red dot is a flicker of movement at the edge of your eye. The endless feed that never runs out is the berry bush that refills itself the very instant you look away. So the old question, is there something better just ahead, can never once be answered. And so you scroll, and the ancient hum never gets to rest. Every ping, every notification, every video that plays on its own is a tiny, perfect counterfeit of the exact signals your ancestors could not afford to miss. Your orienting response cannot tell the difference between a leopard and a pop-up. It simply fires. It was built to fire. It fired for 2 million years and kept your bloodline alive. And now it fires 40, 50, 100 times a day for things that were engineered, on purpose, by people who understood it to set it off. Remember how new all of this is. Screens like these have existed for a heartbeat, a few thousand days against 2 million years of grass and sky. Your mind never got the chance to learn that the buzz is not a leopard. To the deepest part of you, it still is. So when you cannot sit still with the one thing that matters, understand what is really happening. You are not weak, you are not broken, you are not missing some quiet virtue that everyone else was handed at birth. You are running a piece of ancient survival software, flawless in the world it was made for, inside a world that has been carefully, deliberately built to hijack it. The mismatch is not a flaw in you. The mismatch is the entire story. None of this means you are helpless. A mind like yours can still be pointed and held and brought gently back again and again and again. But it changes what the effort actually is. You are not repairing something defective. You are asking a wild, watchful, ancient thing to stay for just a little while in a room it was never designed for. That is hard. It is supposed to be hard. And the tiredness you feel afterward is not proof that something is wrong with you. It is proof of how strong the old instinct still is. So tomorrow you will sit down again to do the one thing that matters. You will open the page, you will put your hands on the keys, and your mind will lift off and go wandering, out toward the edge of things, the way it always has. Let it be for one moment what it truly is. Not a broken machine, not a failure of will, just the oldest and most faithful guardian you own, still doing the only thing it ever knew how to do, still sweeping the tall grass for the shape that might be coming, still keeping watch over you, the way it always used to.